Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Jen to the Zen Yoga. I'm Jen, and today I'm sharing with you a gentle morning yoga stretch. It's designed to slowly and gently wake up the body and slowly and gently wake up the mind so that we can set our own mindset for the day to have a great day. Today we're going to begin lying on our backs. Knees bent, placing the hands off to the side or just gently resting them on the belly, walking the feet out nice and wide and letting the knees fall in towards one another. Just immediately begin to notice the inhales and exhales through the nose. And just begin to come into your body, scanning over the body. Take a gentle gaze or close down the eyes. Feel the rise and the fall of the belly. Bringing in a thought of gratitude. Yes, a thought of gratitude to the body for all that it does for us each and every day. We may have those aches and pains that we wake up with, or stiffness and soreness, but let's kind of flip the script and just thank our bodies for all that it does as it carries us around. Inhale, taking a breath a little deeper into the belly now. Smoothing out the breath, making the exhales a little longer and smoother as you transition from one to the other. And just ask yourself, how does it feel to be in this body today? With no judgments, just acknowledging what is it feeling like. Maybe setting an intention for how you want your day to unfold. And just say to yourself, this is going to be a good day. And fluttering open the eyes, walking the feet back in towards one another, about the distance apart there. Let's gently take some motion with the legs still bent and drop them towards the right ever so slightly. And just like windshield wiper the legs back and forth. And waking up the hips and the low back area. And going ahead and bringing those knees to stillness. And kind of let the body come out long and flat, reaching the hands up over the head. Point the toes, point the fingers, and stretch your body as long as you can get it to go. Nice big morning stretch. Exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Gentle rock side to side. Maybe even holding onto the knees and circling them in one direction. And then reversing that, circling them in the other direction. Bring your knees to stillness there. Tugging the right knee in, let the left leg extend out nice and long. Flex the foot, flex both feet actually. And just hug that right knee up towards the right armpit there. Maybe even slowly, gently taking some movement in the hip, moving the knee out and back in. Whatever is feeling good in your body today, whatever it needs. If you notice a little stuck area or sore area, just be gentle with it, notice it, and then breathe in lots of kindness and direct it towards that place. And we'll practice being kind to our body as we wake up and see if that can carry us throughout the day in a more gentle, supportive manner. And instead of fighting against our bodies, it sometimes feels like our bodies are fighting against us. So let's just work together, start to play nice. Bring that knee back towards center and extend the right knee out long as you bring the left knee in, hugging the left knee in. Flex both feet, bringing that left knee up towards the left armpit. And let's play nice on this side as well. Just gently starting to rock the knee open and close to whatever level feels good to you. You definitely want it to feel good and not painful or anything like that. Just notice. It's okay to feel some sensation. Maybe if you're wanting to get a little more flexibility, if you feel a sensation, just sit with that, breathe into it, send that kindness all over the area that you need it. Because where our mind goes is where the energy travels to. Bring that back to center. Extend the legs both out nice and long. Just cross the right ankle over the left. Actually, before you cross them over, go ahead and slowly walk the feet over towards the bottom left corner of the mat, and then cross the right ankle over the left, and you're kind of in a little curved shape there. Let's bring the hands up overhead. The left hand grasps at the right wrist. Extend yourself out nice and long, and then walk the hands over towards the left corner of the mat, and you're making a sort of banana shape here. Chest comes away from, the chin tilts up away from the chest. You're expanding through the right side body. It's almost like you're playing a tug of war, the feet pulling in the opposite direction as the hands, creating a nice stretch on the right side of the body. Making sure your shoulder is not curling up and over. Shoulders are both planted flat on the mat. Inhale to unbend, uncross the legs, and walk the legs over to the right side of the mat. Cross the left ankle over the right, and then grab your left wrist with the right hand and walk those, or slide the upper body towards that curved position towards the right. The recline half moon pose here. Inhale, feel an expansion in the left ribs. A nice stretch along the arm and the armpit, the outer thigh, hip area. Inhale to go ahead and bring yourself back into a neutral position. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Raise the chin up towards the chest this time. Great big hug. And release the neck back down. You can roll over off to one side or the other and slowly come up to seated, or you can reach and clasp underneath the knees, and we'll begin to rock gently on the spine and roll up to seated. Gather some momentum for your day, and let's go. All right, bringing yourself up to a seated position here. Come into a very comfortable cross-legged seat. Reaching down into the mat with the sit bones, sitting up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back and down. Bringing the left arm out to the side, dropping the right ear to the right shoulder, feeling a nice stretch in the neck. Again, being gentle with each motion that we're taking here. We don't want to crank our neck over and and cause any pain. Gently play around with movement here, like dip the chin towards the chest and see if you feel any sensations. Just kind of work around with how your neck is feeling. You can stay just neutral or roll the neck to find a little sensation. Again, don't be afraid to use the breath to melt away tensions or stickiness or painful areas. Inhale to release out of that. Let's bring the right hand out to the side of the mat. Dip the left ear down towards the shoulder. Just play around with sensation on this side. Inhale to bring yourself back up through center. And we'll do some side bends here. Bring the right arm up and over and bend towards the left. Root down through the right sit bone and feel a nice stretch on the right side of the body. Inhale, sweep it over to the other side. Root down into the left sit bone. Feel a nice stretch on the side body. Inhale, flip it to the other side. This time, we're going to sweep forward and come around to the other side, sweeping the other arm over, creating a nice sweeping motion. Exhale, sweep forward. Inhale, sweep up. Sweep up. And just continue with this sweeping motion, feeling a nice stretch in the side body, down all the way down into the hip area. Okay, I have a friendly little ant that decided to join me here. Sorry about that. And when you're ready, bring yourself back into central position here. Let's work on taking just a brief moment to do a little wrist massage. I like to do that in the morning because I have achy wrists, and hopefully this will resonate with somebody else. Rubbing your hands together to create a little warmth, a little energy. And then once you get a little warmth going, I would take one hand and then the other and just kind of place it on your wrist and squeeze it nice and firmly. Just really infusing all that warmth and energy into the wrist. And then I would do it again for the other side. Whatever feels good to you. You don't have to create that warmth. You can just go straight into massaging whatever is feeling right for you. But I like to put a lot of that warmth right on the wrist and just kind of massage it, and then going into just rubbing each wrist around the areas where it bends. And if you've been doing yoga for a while, this could be, an area that you've noticed gets a little sore, or if you use a computer or do other activities that require the wrist to take a lot of beating over the years. And then let's bring one of the hands out in front of you and pull back on the fingertips and pull down on the fingertips gently, but with just a little pressure to wake that area up. Switch to the other hand. Maybe roll the wrists down a little bit, around a little bit. And we'll go ahead and move forward into tabletop position. Here, gently placing the wrist directly under the shoulders. And stack the hips right above the knees. The tops of the feet are pressing into the mat. And then we'll go ahead and bring the big toes to touch. Walk the knees out to the side. Sink the hips back towards the heels and walk the hands forward for a wide child's pose. Bring the forehead down towards the mat. Gentle rock of the forehead side to side. And then come to stillness there. Allow yourself another moment of just being completely present in your body. Thinking about what can you leave behind that you don't need to carry along with you through this day. Inhale to fill up as fully as you're able to, feeling the ribs expand nice and wide. Open up the mouth and audibly just let out a sigh, letting go of whatever it is that you can let go of. Inhale again to fill up as fully as you can. Open up the mouth and sigh it away. Let go. And one more time here. Inhale, filling up as deep as you can. Audible sigh. Allow it to let go. And melt a little bit into the mat. Come back to a thought of an intention for your day of what do you want to bring forward with you into your day. And you get to decide. Inhale to come up out of child pose. Walk the knees back in towards one another, rooting down through the hands. We'll take a moment here. If you have any kind of wrist pain or soreness, you can bring in a towel, just a simple hand towel, folding it over. It does an amazing job at just adding just a little tiny bit of a cushion or support, or if you have any other kind of padding that you would like to use, or wrist guards, but just a towel, simple towel helps out. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Notice the knuckles and the joints there, and just energetically notice that you're sending equally to all of those areas instead of trying to dump into supporting only solely into the wrists. Shift your awareness and shift the weight equally throughout all the fingers and the joints of the fingers. Inhale to drop the belly, raise the gaze, bring the sits bones up for cow pose. Open the heart, open to this beautiful day. Exhale, lower the gaze, round the back, dip the tailbone, press out, shoulder blades come apart. Pull up at the belly button. Exhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And just move through these cat-cows very fluidly. And stay in any position that feels good. Sending a little extra love there. Tapping into knowing what your body needs. Just with that little bit of extra love and kindness. You'll be amazed how much better your day might unfold. A few more of these here. And then just meet me in tabletop position. From here, we're going to roll over the toes. Send our hips up and back into downward facing dog. Generous bend in the knee for this early morning practice. Pedal the feet out, the head and chest, or through the gates of the arms here. And your biceps are wrapped around with the elbow creases shining forward to the top of the mat. Gazes at the toes, pedaling it out. These first steps of the morning. Nice generous bend in the knees, and send the heels down towards the mat if that feels good to you. If you're able to do that, feel free to leave the heels lifted or knees bent. A few more breaths here in our downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the gaze, and slowly walk the feet to the top of the mat. Hang in a deep forward fold here. Still allow that generous bend in the knees. Allow all the muscles of the neck and the face to completely relax as you hang over the legs. And wherever you're at in your journey, please feel comfortable with bringing in blocks to help you gain that connection or that stability or that balance if you need that assistance. It's a way of showing ourselves grace and kindness. Maybe even grab the elbows and take a gentle sway here. And come to stillness, release those arms. Anchor down through the feet, engage your core muscles and slowly roll up to standing. Circle the shoulders back and down. Placing the feet hip distance apart, standing up nice and tall. Bring the hands out in front of you, clasped together, and flip the palms outward. Inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bend towards the left. Root down through the feet. Stay anchored. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, bend to the other side. Inhale, come through center. Relax the arms down. Inhale, sweep the arms directly up and overhead. Stand up nice and tall. Swan dive, coming back into your forward fold. Inhale, slightly hands up to the shins or even up to the thighs, any level that feels good to you. Trying to reach towards a flat back. If you're not able to, again, just work towards it. Do what you can do. Exhale, deep forward fold. Anchor down through the feet, engage the core muscles. Inhale, roll up to standing. Circle the shoulders back and around as you get up to the top. Inhale, sweep the arms directly up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive, coming back down into a deep forward fold. Inhale, slide the hands up for a halfway lift. Exhale, deep forward fold. This time, plant the hands down, step the right foot back. Raise the gaze, open the chest. Look forward, right knee down. Anchor down into the mat. When you feel balanced, sweep the arms up overhead, coming up into lunge. Crescent lunge pose here. Exhale, float the arms back down, bringing the left foot. Pop the right knee. Send the left leg back to meet the right leg. Pushing up into plank pose here. We're being okay with dropping to the knees to keep modified version there. Feeling through what's good for your body this morning. Send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Maybe even bringing in a little ujjayi breath this morning to start warming us up now. Breathe in fully, and then when you exhale, constrict at the back of the throat, make an audible noise as you breathe out the nose. Whenever your thoughts want to wander, you can just come back to, can I hear my breath? And just bring that ujjayi breath back in there and focus on the sound of your own breath. It sounds like the ocean moving through us. Inhale, raise the gaze. Bring the left foot back to the top of the mat between the hands. Gaze comes forward. Drop the right knee down again. Anchor down into the feet and hands. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, float the palms back down. Pop the right knee up in a gentle rock and then push off the back foot. Deep forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, deep forward fold. Anchor down. Inhale, this time sweep the arms out and open, gathering up lots of good energy. You're creating this. Bring the hands together, slide them down through the heart space. And check in. Raise the palms up and overhead. The gaze follows. Swan dive, opening up. Bend forward. Deep forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Flat back. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Exhale, deep forward fold. Plant the hands, step the left foot back. Gaze comes forward. Chest is open. Drop the left knee down. Take a moment to feel grounded and balanced. When you feel balanced and rooted, sweep the arms up and overhead. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Double checking that we're not too flared out in the ribs. And a slight tucking in of the tailbone. Exhale, float the hands back down, bringing the right foot out the left knee up. And bring the right foot back to meet the left. Staying up here in plank pose or modify, drop to the knee. We're pushing out, almost a small little doming in the upper back area. Send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Raise the gaze, bring the right foot back up to the top of the mat. Drop the left knee down. Root down, sweep the arms up and overhead. Notice the breath. Notice how you start to feel alive. And hopefully you're bringing in a little bit of energy and zest to your day. Float the arms back down. Left knee pops up, gentle rock of the heel. Push off of the back foot, deep forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthening out through the spine. Exhale, deep forward fold. Root down, sweep the arms out and open. Slide the hands together in prayer position right in front of the heart. Hands are lifting up, gaze follows, open the palms, deep forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, deep forward fold. Plant the hands, step the right foot back. Drop the right knee down. Root down through the right palm. And inhale, sweep the left arm open for a twist towards the left. Elongate through your spine. We'll begin to wring out some of the stuff that we do not need. Exhale, untwist. A lot of symbolic gestures, but it actually does wonders for us for starting our day. Pop up the right knee. Send the left knee back to meet the right. Feel free to modify. This time we'll come all the way down to the mat. Keep the knee, elbows tucked into the sides. Release the feet. Pressing into the tops of the feet and the tops of the thighs. Slightly engage the glute muscles here. Hands are right underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest up, baby cobra. Exhale, bow forward. Roll over the toes. And then exhale to push up through tabletop or directly up and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the gaze. This time bring the right foot up between the hands, drop the left foot down. Drop the left knee down. Root down through that left palm. And on an inhale, sweep open the right arm, twisting open towards the right. Elongate through the spine. Top fingertips reach high up towards the sky. Bring it out. Exhale, lower the hand. Pop up on that left knee. Send the right leg back to meet the left. Plank pose or modified. Slight hinge forward. Slowly come down to the mat. Release the feet. Inhale, come up in baby cobra, or if you're feeling nice and warm, see if you can extend the arms a little more. You got this. Exhale, lower the mat. Roll over the toes. Press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the gaze. Slowly walk to the top of the mat. Hang in a deep forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over. Slide your hands in prayer position right down in front of the heart, right down in front of the heart. And just notice. Go ahead and bring yourself to standing in a wide stance across the mat. The legs are about a leg's distance apart. Hands placed on hips, stand up nice and tall. Take the left toes, point them to the short side of the mat. And then slightly positioning those right toes inward. Micro bend in the knees. Sweep the arms out to shoulder height. Take the gaze over the left fingertips. Draw the navel in and up and remain active and stable in that core area. And we're going to tip ourselves over for triangle pose towards the left, staying spiraled open. This is a great place to bring in a block if you need a little bit of assistance. I like to take those options in the morning classes. I try to be a little more gentle with myself in the morning. But everyone's different. You could want a challenge. You could be wherever you're at in your practice. Inhale to slowly come up. Take the gaze back over the fingertips. Bend into that left knee. Energetically, we're pulling the shoulder blades towards one another. The chest is open. And we're looking off in the distance. Look out past the fingertips, out into whatever is possible. Flip the left palm, raise it up and overhead, dropping the other arm down to the back of the thigh. Reverse warrior. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take it into a nice gentle bend. Inhale, come back up into warrior. Go ahead and straighten out the knee, relax the arms down. Bring the feet back into parallel. Inhale, make yourself tall again. We'll take that to the other side. Take the right toes, point them to the short side of the mat. Kick the left toes inward. Sweep the arms out to shoulder height. And squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another. And tip over into triangle pose on this side. Not trying to match shapes here. My triangle will look. Feel the stretch. Breathe into it. Don't lose your breath. Inhale, come up. Take the gaze over the right fingertips. Bend the right knee. And notice your strength. Notice your Ujjayi breathing. Flip the right palm. Inhale, send it up and overhead. The other arm comes to the back of the thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Feel tall, feel strong. Exhale, bend. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Straighten the leg. Slowly relax the arms down. Bringing your feet into parallel. We're going to take it to the other side again. We're going to pivot on our feet towards the short side of the mat, and bring the feet in a parallel but yet train tracked stance. So they're parallel, but they're not one in front of the other. They are about hip distance apart. Micro bend in the knee here. Sweep the arms gently overhead. Exhale, float the palms behind the back. Clasp the hands together. And you have many options here for any folks that have some shoulder pain or issues. You can clasp the hands together just as I've shown. You can just grab the forearms together, wrists, or even clasp in the hands here like this. So whatever is feeling the most comfort for your shoulder needs. Clasp the hands together, slide them down the back leg. The chest is open, the shoulders are open. And as you exhale, start to hinge forward a little bit over the extended leg to whatever level you're able to. Stay there and breathe. Take the option of lifting the arms away from the back and coming down a little further, breathing through this. You're doing an awesome job. Inhale, start to slowly come up. Release out of that bind. Pivot the feet. We're back into a neutral position. And then we'll take this to the other side. Pivot the feet to parallel, facing the other short side of the mat. Micro bend in the knees here. Hips are straight towards the short side of the mat. Stand up nice and tall. Float our little hands up overhead. Exhale, bring them behind the back. Clasp together at your comfort level. Slide them down the back leg. Chest opens. Shoulders open. Gaze up. Exhale, start to hinge forward over the extended leg. Engage your core muscles here, give you stability. Raise the arms away from the back if that feels okay to you. Exhale, hinge forward a little bit deeper. And being okay with where you're at in your practice. Inhale, slowly come up. Release the bind. Feet are hip distance apart here. Root down through the feet Inhale, sink the hips, raising the hands out in front of you for chair pose, squeezing the thighs towards one another. Most of your weight is dipping back in towards the heels. You got this. Exhale, bring the arms back into airplane arms. The chest comes slightly forward. Inhale, sweep the arms forward once again. Exhale, airplane arms. You can do this. This time, sweep the arms forward, sink a little deeper, and see if the arms can come up by biceps by the ears. If you have shoulder pain, you can leave the hands at heart center or on the hips. A couple more breaths here. If it's burning, that's okay. Exhale, come into a deep forward fold and release out of that. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, deep forward fold. Plant the hands, step both feet back, drop both knees down. Sink your hips back and off to the side. And bring the legs right out in front of you. Flex the feet. Find the sit bones and sit up tall. Float the fingers right up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. As far as you can go with a flat back. And then when you reach that point, where you can no longer bend, and don't yank yourself down or pull yourself down, just gently come forward. And then whenever you're ready, on an exhale, allow the head and neck to droop over. And just gently working with the breath as a conversation with your body. And talking to it and just seeing if it will work with you, and slowly and gently it moves you into a little bit more of a bend. Just have to release and relax and let go. Inhale, start to walk yourself up out of that fold. Bend the right leg or whatever leg you wish. Bend one of your legs, wrap the opposite arm around that leg, twist open. Prop yourself up with that opposite arm. You can also take and cross your leg over if you're wanting more of a sensation in the hips, so do what's feeling best for you this morning. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, look over the shoulder. Take another opportunity here to play around with any neck sensations if you're needing to stretch your neck out. You can also take the gaze over the opposite shoulder. See what your neck might be needing this morning. Dipping the chin down, dipping it back up, and just find out what your body needs. Inhale to unravel, uncross the leg, and repeat that on the other side. Cross the leg over, and wrap the opposite arm around the knee, twist open. Inhale, find length. Exhale, see if you can drop into that space you've created. Take the gaze over the shoulder in any direction. Tilt the neck up and down. And you'll have to unravel. Uncross the leg. Leaving the knees bent. Come down to the back. Place the hands on the body or alongside you, flat on the mat. Let the knees fall open for recline butterfly pose. Soles of the feet stay pressed together. And start to let your breath come back to its natural rhythms. Still hearing the breath flowing. You're not checked back into your day yet. You're still here. You're still on your practice. This time is still yours. Slowly raise the knees back up. Give them a gentle assist if they need that. Take the right leg and cross it over the left. And then allow your knees to fall over to the left side. Or you can uncross them if that's too hard of a sensation. If that's not feeling good, uncross the legs. Arms out into a T. And again, taking the neck to either side that feels the best in your body, or a little bit of both. Send the breath down the length of the body and into the twists and turns and into the tight spaces. And then as you exhale, see if you can melt stickiness or stuck areas. And when you're ready, go ahead and untwist. Raise your knees up and untwist and switch the leg out. Left over the right. And then let those knees fall over to the right side, or whatever side you have not done yet. Take the gaze over your shoulder, or just look at the ceiling, whatever feels good. Inhale to bring the legs back through center. Uncross. Give yourself a big hug. Raise the chin to chest. Release the legs down. If you have any other stretches or poses you'd like to do real quick before you end the practice, feel free. Bring your legs down flat. Spread your arms and legs out nice and wide. Feel free to take a nice shavasana here if you have time for that. Feel free. I'll walk you through or talk you through a brief shavasana. Let your body feel all the areas of contact with the floor, with the mat. Feel connected with something. Feel connected with the earth. Feel connected with yourself. Take a soft gaze or close down the eyes. Scan over the body and just noticing the difference and how you feel now than when you first began your practice. How does it feel to be in this body? How can I be grateful? Send a thought of gratitude and kindness to this body for all that it does. Stay in the shavasana as long as you wish. If you have some time, I recommend staying here for 5 minutes or more. If you do not have the luxury of more time, begin to wiggle the fingers and toes, roll the wrists and ankles. Bring your Knees in toward the chest for a hug in, rolling off to one side or the other. And just slowly, gently bringing yourself with eyes open or closed, whatever feels good for you. Keep that going. Come into a gentle, easy seat. Hands together at heart center. And I thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. It is my greatest honor to hold space for any souls who wish to join me along this journey. And from my heart to yours, I bow to each and every one of you. Thank you.